Today is Sunday, March 13th, after the Homesteading Northwest Florida Gardening Zone 8A, HSNWFL. And here is our timber bamboo that I planted about 3 years ago. And I was like, oh, it's supposed to be timber. It just kept on sending out these small shoots, new clumes is what they're called with bamboo, new clumes. And this is canna lilies. Oh, here's one in the canna lilies. All right, so I was like, why are the shoots so small? Yada, yada. Well, I cleared this whole area last year and put in these canna lilies. But my friend told me when you get a bamboo that the clumes always come up where you don't want them. Well, obviously, this thing took advantage of the newly trommeled, and I put fertilizer in there. So here are new timber bamboo clumes. Here's one. And they might have got a little nipped. We had a freeze last night, kind of a hard freeze. My temperature, lowest temperature reading at like 6 a.m. was 29 degrees. So here's timber bamboo. I have 1, 2, in not a great spot. Maybe I'll dig them up and move them. Try to move them. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 5 underneath here in the canna lilies. Right here. So they took advantage of the soil that could be worked. That has no, and they're not in a great spot. Oh, and I just noticed another one here under the canna lilies. So we'll see how big they get. I might have to dig them up and move them. 7 new clumes. But I always watered right in the center of where I planted the original plants. Oh, here's one coming up in the spot where I want it. Okay. Here's one. Oh my gosh. Right here. There's one. It's kind of skinny though. So this soil over here must have been not as good as that soil, so it chose to move where it wanted. And I've left the bananas until I know there's not going to be any more frost. And I knew there'd be another one. I only planted, a third of my seeds, and I didn't plant much because I knew something would happen. There'd be another hard freeze. But here's canna lily shoots right here. Canna lilies. Ooh, they got nipped though, because it got cold out last night. Got cold out. They were doing really good, but now they're brown and flopped over. Azaleas they had full flowers. The flowers got frozen. And I kind of thought this would happen. It's real nice, and then all of a sudden the north wind kicks in, and it isn't. That's a Jane Magnolia. It had flowers. 2 flowers. We'll see what happens with that. But I do have a lot of brush to burn. And what else? I'm working on my car. I had to wait on some bolts to reattach bolts that broke that attached the caliper bracket to the caliper bracket to the axle, basically the backing plate, axle plate. And here's some, what do we got here? Gladiolas that were straight up, and now they're not straight up anymore. Roses are doing good though. Here's my cheapo roses that I planted. And I've been soil trommeling and making holes for roses. So the soil trommel's been going. Here's the palm tree. That's looking all right. Yep, that gladiola was straight up. Now it's tipped over because it got frozen. What's this? But yeah, I had to wait for some bolts that were 10 millimeter to put the brackets on. And I'm going to change hoses. Here's my hosta. I had that covered with this pot. And my hydrangeas had all kinds of nice buds on them. And now it's about 50 degrees now. Wind from the north. And I did cover my Mexican sunflower with the bucket here. But real cold last night. Which I thought that would happen. You know, it's only March, you know. But changeable weather, very changeable weather. You know, it was 78 when I soil trommeled and dug these holes for the roses. It was 78 degrees. I was warm. But not all the time. Yeah, European fan palm looks good. We've been getting a lot of rain. And the rain here, when it rains, it's warmer. Oh, let's see what happened with these. Oh, this looked better. That's all I gotta tell you. Looked better before. My seedlings.